The interpretation of dreams is the royal road to a knowledge of the unconscious mind. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways. The ego is not master in its own house. One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. Where ID was, there ego shall be. The first human being who hurled an insult instead of a stone was the founder of civilization. Words have a magical power. They can bring either the greatest happiness or deepest despair. Love and work. Work and love, that's all there is. Everywhere I go, I find a poet has been there before me. I cannot think of any need in childhood as strong as the need for a father's protection. The mind is like an iceberg. It floats with 1/7 of its bulk above water. Time spent with cats is never wasted. Out of your vulnerabilities will come your strength. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. The voice of the intellect is a soft one, but it does not rest until it has gained a hearing. Neurosis is the inability to tolerate ambiguity. The goal of all life is death. Civilization began the first time an angry person cast a word instead of a rock. Dreams are the royal road to the unconscious. The ego is not master in its own house. A fear of weapons is a sign of retarded sexual and emotional maturity. The mind is a noisy place. We are never so defenseless against suffering as when we love. Religion is an illusion, and it derives its strength from the fact that it falls in with our instinctual desires. The only person with whom you have to compare yourself is you in the past. Love is a state of temporary psychosis. The great question that has never been answered, and which I have not yet been able to answer despite my 30 years of research into the feminine soul, is, what does a woman want? From error to error, one discovers the entire truth. I cannot think of any need in childhood as strong as the need for a father's protection. A man who has been the indisputable favorite of his mother keeps for life the feeling of a conqueror. The doctor should be opaque to his patients and, like a mirror, should show them nothing but what is shown to him. The act of birth is the first experience of anxiety, and thus the source and prototype of the affect of anxiety.